Live here, making a video, sharing some really exciting news about some huge changes that are happening in our Reno local public school lunch program. So, the background is that I was on a team last year at my school, and we were meeting with assembly people and district people and doing lots of research and reading lots of bureaucracy and contracts and trying to figure out a way if we could get more sustainable and healthier foods into our kids' lunches district wide. If you don't know anything about Reno, or if you know if you're in Reno and you don't know about the public schools, it's an unusually large district. There's 100 public schools in one school district, so making changes can be really difficult. And a few of us parents realized what was happening in our kids' school lunches and were appalled. They were everything, I think, because of COVID, all of the food started being individually wrapped in plastic. Nothing was made on site. The food tray was styrofoam. The hot food was microwaved in plastic. And it was just really, really yeah, in our opinion, it was like very bad for the kids' health as far as like the microplastics, the styrofoam, the processed food, the plastics. It was just really something that we all felt really deeply passionate about changing. And we met every week for about an hour. I think at some point we changed it to every other week. And often we were meeting for 2 hours. We put in a lot of time and energy. And we got to a point by the end of the school year where we kind of felt like nothing was really going to change. And it just felt like a lot of bureaucracy. And we honestly felt a little kind of defeated and deflated, and we actually stopped meeting. We haven't met at all this year. But what's really cool is I was at an art fundraiser for our school last Thursday, and I ran into Beth Smith, who is one of the people that we met with and who got voted in as district assembly, I believe. And she came up and told me, she's like, "Have you heard? I just want to let you know that on Tuesday we made some really big changes. We decided to end the contract with the prior company, who was this huge company that promised a lot of like healthy food options and was not following through, but is such a large company that it didn't seem possible to break the contract with them. They broke the contract with that company, and they decided on a smaller company who seems more committed to better food and reusable items for the kids' cutlery and plates and such, less one-use plastics, better food quality, and also a plan to bring back scratch kitchens into Reno public schools. And a scratch kitchen, if you don't know what that means, it means cooking on site. So instead of everything being, more highly processed and packaged and shipped, then it is actually like more ideally, homemade food is more often like higher quality. So it means a reinvestment in our kids' quality of food, which is just massive. So I had total chills and goosebumps when I heard this. In fact, I was working on a piece of art and it totally got ruined because I was just like in shock of like how great a news this is. And yeah, I mean, it was a big surprise because a year ago we stopped meeting, and she told me, she said, it was really meeting with your green team that really started all of this. And so it's just really, really exciting news to, for me, like my kid doesn't even eat hot lunch. I send her with food from our home. And, we're at a more rich school that's known to be, you know, more rich. And so we got a lot of pushback about like, oh, you guys, you're just want special things for you. And we were like, no, like we actually want this for the whole district because it's actually the kids with less money and whose parents can't afford to send them with food to school that actually need this more than anyone. The kids who have less resources at home, they need more nutrients at school. And so I think that was one of the messages that they probably really were surprised by and helped them understand like what a huge impact it is. There's intergenerational gut health, and there's an industrialized microbiome. The more processed foods we're eating, the more chemicals we're exposed to, the less diverse our microbiome and the less resilient and healthy it is. So food is just one of the biggest places to like reduce bringing in chemicals and pesticides and processed stuff that our body can't digest, and go towards really nutrient rich foods, good oils, good fats, good proteins that really feed the body and brain. So this is like such a amazing win for us. And somebody asked if any of us want to join a committee to keep helping make these changes happen, because it's a process, right? And keep implementing and keep bringing things in. But it's a very exciting thing that I learned a week ago today, and I'm still like just radiating and beaming and just so grateful that this change happened. I know that the district head Adam Searcy was a huge part of making this happen. I know Beth Smith was a part of making this happen. So I just really thank you guys for making this happen, and I'm very excited for Reno public schools and all of the kids who really need good food in their bodies to learn and to be regulated. And yay! Okay, that's all I have for now. Thanks for being here on this live. Let me see if there is any comments here. Got a lot of highs. Hi, 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 hi. Nice. Thanks for saying hi, everyone. And cool. Till next time. Thank you very much. How do I end this?